Voice for Hajjs in London for Around the World in 5.
Good evening. Pressure is mounting on the Venezuelan president to leave office, with Donald Trump warning all options are open to remove him from power. In a direct message to the military, he said those who support Nicolas Maduro would find no safe harbor or exit. The Venezuelan leader hit back, accusing Trump of making a Nazi-style speech and blamed the U.S. for the country's crisis. Danny Vucinovic reports.
Maduro is not a Venezuelan patriot. He is a Cuban puppet. That's what he is.
America's president wasn't holding back any punches. Every hit directed at Venezuela's leader and those who back him.
Continuing to support Maduro. If you choose this path, you will find no safe harbor, no easy exit, and no way out. You will lose everything.
Maduro went public with his response, lashing out in a televised address.
Donald Trump was in Miami with a tired rhetoric questioning the right of our free country to adopt the ideas of human Christian socialism, our socialism, just like a Nazi-style speech to prohibit ideologies.
The U.S. was one of the first to recognize Juan Guaido as Venezuela's rightful president, straining relations between the two countries even further. But Maduro, too, has powerful friends. In Argentina, hundreds of demonstrators marched against any possible military intervention by the states. And Russia is said to be delivering 300 tons of aid to ease the humanitarian crisis. Venezuela's government has also announced it will stage 2 concerts on the Colombian border this weekend to rival one organised by British billionaire Richard Branson, with money being raised for food and medicine. Danny Vucinovic, Channels Television News.
An investigation is underway following the deaths of 3 policemen in Cairo. They were chasing a suspect wanted in connection with another attack when a bomb was detonated. Several other people were injured in the blast. A pilot has been killed and 2 others injured following a mid-air plane collision in India. It happened during a rehearsal for an air show. Witnesses say the wings of the aircraft clipped one another. It's the second deadly accident involving Indian Air Force planes this month. Fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld has died at the age of 85. He'd been suffering from ill health over recent weeks and had missed 2 shows in Paris last month. The designer presided over Chanel for more than 3 decades and produced as many as 8 collections a year. Japanese carmaker Honda has announced it will close its British plant in 2021, putting 3,500 jobs at risk. The company is considering moving existing production to North America and other regions. It's another blow for the UK industry, with Ford and Jaguar Land Rover also planning to cut staff numbers. Honda says Brexit wasn't a factor in its decision.
This is actually being driven by some very big and really unprecedented changes in what we're seeing in our motor vehicle industry. And this is a move really towards electrification. We started to see it in Europe, we've started to see it around the world, and it's in response to what our consumers are looking at and also what legislation is driving us towards.
US Senator Bernie Sanders plans to run for president. The 77-year-old, who mounted a challenge against Hillary Clinton during the last campaign, says he'll seek the Democratic Party's nomination in 2020.
Our campaign is not only about defeating Donald Trump, the most dangerous president in modern American history. It is not only about winning the Democratic nomination and the general election. Our campaign is about transforming our country and creating a government based on the principles of economic, social, racial, and environmental justice.
President Trump is being sued over his decision to declare a national emergency to obtain funds for his wall along the Mexican border. The lawsuit was filed by a coalition of 16 U.S. states led by California. And finally, Russia is returning to the days of old, powering public transport with coal. A steam engine has been reintroduced to the railways for the first time since 1976. The journey gives passengers a glimpse of what life was like a century ago. Many of the houses along the track haven't been modernised and still look the same as they did when the steam era began. And that's your international news around the world in 5.
We go now to Olumide Macaulay for sports news.
Thank you, Amarachi. Welcome to Sports News. The Agege Stadium in Lagos comes alive tomorrow as MFM face Sunshine Stars in an All-Southwest derby in Group A on match day 10 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. CAF Confederation Cup campaigners Rangers are up against Wiki Terrace. Champions Lobby Stars will tackle Remo Stars, while Kwara United will square up against Niger Tornadoes. Bendo Insurance will play Rivers United. Enyimba will battle Katsina United. In Group B, Nasarawa United will play Yobe Desert Stars, Plateau United versus Kada City, Kanu Pillars up against Abia Warriors, Akwa United versus FC Fanyuba, and El Kanemi Warriors versus Heartland. To the UEFA Champions League, it's all square as Bayern Munich are holding Liverpool to a goalless encounter in the first leg round at Anfield. Olympique Lyon and Barcelona also ended their encounter goalless. The return legs will hold on March the 13th in Munich and Barcelona. The Handball Federation of Nigeria have unveiled its squad list of 14 players for the IHF Women's Under-18 Challenge Trophy. Familiar faces in the team are Toyin Yusuf, Chioma Omekwe, Justina Imeryaye, Hope Sunday of Plateau Peacocks, Kajidat Musabao of Seaside Babes, and Tina Atansi of Abia Valiants. The IHF Challenge Trophy is billed for Niamey, Niger from February the 25th to March the 3rd, 2019. To wrestling now, where the Nigeria Wrestling Federation have confirmed that it will feature in the German Grand Prix and the Bulgaria Banking Series. The German Grand Prix runs from February the 22nd to the 24th in Domigan, while the Bulgaria tournament holds from February the 28th to March the 3rd in Rus. A contingent of 3 female wrestlers and a coach will depart Nigeria on Thursday.